I think I have an idea of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Kind of. Not really. We'll find out. What's going on, everybody? Well, we're back in the shop as usual. It's our weekend thing, and we're working on the Chevelle today.
Yay!
Paige is happy because we're working on our car, and it's not totally freezing. Cold, but not freezing. We got a break from the Arctic blast weather for the weekend, which is a pleasant gift from the weather gods in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
Next
We'll
weekend,
take it.
Next weekend won't be so great, but whatever. Anyway, as you can see, Paige is doing some sanding on the door to get that kind of smoothed out a little bit. And I'm fixing to get started on that guy. Well, I've already got started a little bit. And started looking at what we've got going on. I've got a quarter or a wheel arch patch that I'm going to put on there. And I think I have an idea of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Kind of. Not really. We'll find out. I have a picture in my head of what to do. We'll see if I can make it happen on the car. And then after we get past this one, then I'll deal with what's going on back here, which let's just say
Found stuff when we took the bumper off.
on camera it looks a lot better than it really is. But here, you wanna hold this for a second?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll it's
See the
pretty
can of worms that we opened up?
It's pretty fantastic. I mean, if you haven't seen the trunk before, the trunk floor is completely rotted out, and the trunk drop that goes behind this panel is non-existent. And I didn't realize this is the better of the two sides, by the way. The other side's visually looks worse, but turns out it's probably not any worse. This one's probably just as bad. It just hasn't fallen apart yet because well, I think you get the idea. That's all just Bondo. Someone did
All of it.
a pretty good job of putting a crap ton of Bondo in there and making it look like a body panel. But whatever, we're cutting it out. We're gonna make it go away. We're gonna put new sheet metal on it. I've got like I said, I've got the patch panel that'll also go here. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's thick.
I mean, it's all,
Oh.
there's no metal at
Yeah,
all.
no.
There's no metal in this. This is pure body filler. Great. Which I didn't realize that this side was pure body filler. I knew it had some rot in it, but turns out it had enough rot that there's no metal left. Whatever. So, like I said, we're gonna start here. I've got this piece pinned in place right now with where I think it needs to go, which means we're getting close to being able to cut it. Go ahead and pop the clecos out and I'll show you what it looks like underneath. This one's really not as bad, so I don't even know if we'll end up using this whole panel. I may cut it down. Probably not. We're probably gonna just do the whole thing. And it's got some rot holes in it here. I think it's mainly on the outer sheet metal. Looking at it from the inside doesn't look as bad on the inner wheelhouse, or what would be the outer wheelhouse. That doesn't look bad from looking underneath. It's not rotted through. But if I do have a problem and there's a spot in that's jacked up, I did go ahead and get a full outer wheelhouse. I don't plan on using the whole thing, but I got it just in case I needed some pieces to fill this in, because I figured that'd be easier than trying to hand shape and build pieces out of just flat stock, because I don't have a ton of metal forming experience. Go figure. So, like I said, the next step is going to be to pin this. I'll end up pinning that back on so I can cut both this piece and the skin at the same time, and hopefully that means it'll line back up pretty decent once it's out of there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about the spot welds down here, because I don't have a spot weld cutter. So once we get that opened up, I'll look at it and see what I can do about getting those taken care of. There's ways. We'll see. So that's the plan for today. I need to start cutting. Are you ready to cut your car up?
No,
Well, we don't have to cut it.
we're gonna fix it.
I can walk away.
No.
I don't really know what comes next. I'm just doing my best, even though I'm so stressed out. Everything just feels like a test that I fail, so depressed when I can't seem to get out. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Your lies, I'll do what I want. The gas in the back of the set, never leave, she's so bad. Can't fade the black, the gas in the back of the set, never leave, she's so bad. Can't fade the black, the gas in the back of the set, never leave, she's so bad. Can't fade the black, the gas in the back of the set, never leave, she's so bad. Can't fade the black. I'm inspired by thirst, I'm inspired by worth. I desire your worst, so you can just hide while I work. I ain't tired, you first. I'll write a second, third verse about the lies you go disperse. You never did shit, I know it hurts. But something deep inside won't let me quit. I swear that I'm inspired by all this shit. Tell me that I can and I won't. That's what guides me the most. Your lies, I'll do what I want. The gas in the back of the set, never leave, she's so bad. Can't fade the black, the gas in the back of the set, never leave, she's so bad. Can't fade the black, the gas in the back of the set, never leave, she's so bad. Can't fade the black, the gas in the back of the set, never leave, she's so bad. Can't fade the black.
All right, the cut is made, and Dip Me spent entirely too much time peeling it back and getting all the spot welds taken care of, and all the extra material from our drop off of this lip, without even thinking about the fact that I had anticipated I was going to have to replace that lip on the inner wheelhouse, which I'm going to have to. It's rotted all the way through right there, and there's a lot of pinholes of rot in it. So from about here to back here, this inner wheelhouse lip has to be replaced. So touche to wasting a bunch of time doing a bunch of grinding and fighting with spot welds that I really didn't need to do. All right, well, you know, that's how it goes. But aside from the fact that I still need to do that lip, our new panel, it'll go in basically like that. It's not a perfect match on the curvature of the car. We'll have to fight it a little bit to get it straightened out. It's got a little more curve, but there's enough flex to it that it'll go where it needs to go. But before we can do that, we have to cut some of this out down here. That ends up underneath that panel. I have to make sure I stay below that mark, otherwise I'll have to make a piece. I'll cut it out right here so I can get to the rest of this wheel lip or the wheelhouse lip, because it's definitely rotted down here, and I want to do that all before this piece goes on. So we'll go ahead and cut that.
Let me give my safety glasses.
Yeah, put your safety third on. Did you Google that yet to find out what was first and second?
No.
Oh.
Didn't know I was supposed to.
Well, you should have just assumed as such.
Good job.
Yeah.
Good job.
Okay. The downside to the battery. There's another one.
It's right by you. I made sure I gave it to you.
You did. Back in business. There's still some.
Oh my gosh.
There's Bondo. Yeah, that's where it's real rotten. Okay, we gotta cut up a little bit higher. Wire. A little bit more. And then we'll have enough room to do the wheelhouse flip.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's bad. That's gonna take more than our, I'll have to make patch panels for back here, because that's not part of
Yeah, that's
our patch panel. Okay. Well, that's a disaster. I'll go a little bit higher, expose a little more of that. Okay, well, that's a lot of rotten right there. What? Okay, so our wheelhouse actually stops right here. Let's grab the new part. Let's look at what that's actually supposed to be. So what we're looking at there is, turn around, there we go, is you got the wheel arch coming back and it meets the trunk drop, which goes this way, right here. That's what we've got going on right here where it's all rotten. You can see there's a little bit of a dip right there. That's the trunk drop that's non-existent meeting the wheelhouse. So we're going to end up doing all of that on the wheelhouse from the new piece. That's probably about it. The rest of the wheelhouse is acceptable. Acceptable. I know. Someone's going to say it. If you've watched the video to this extent, you're going to say, why didn't you do a full quarter? Because I didn't want to. Because a full quarter is expensive and these panels weren't expensive. And why don't you do the whole wheelhouse? Well, because you got to do the full quarter to get to doing a full wheelhouse. Well, you don't have to, but it's a royal pain to do it without doing a full quarter. And I don't want to do that. And we're not building a show car. We're just, well, doing race car-ish kind of stuff. Because this is just a fun toy that we're going to beat on. So live with it. This is what we're doing. Well, I got more cutting to do to get this out of here. Get rid of the rest of this junk. And then I got to figure out how I want to do the wheel, this portion here. I'm probably going to do it in 2 pieces. We'll do the front and then we'll do the back. We'll cut the 2 pieces off of there and seam them. The one thing that I did notice is significantly different about the replacement wheelhouse and the factory one is this one has this added piece of steel on here that's kind of got some bends to it that stiffens up the whole wheelhouse, and that does not exist on the new one. So if you are going to do wheelhouses and you want it to be technically correct, you're going to have to add this piece right here onto your wheelhouse. I'm not going to worry about it. We're going to do it right along the bottom of that. I'm going to keep that portion of it because everything up here is good and solid. It's just the lower lip that needs replacing. But I don't know. We'll be back in a little bit. I'll figure out how to make some progress and we'll move on. I did the thing. Out with the rusty old lip. You can see she was pretty cruddy. Yucky, 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 yucky. I did this, replaced it with a new one off of the new outer inner wheelhouse. And it's a 2-part wheelhouse, and there's an inner and an outer inner wheel well. Anyway, I did it in 2 pieces. The other one's somewhere over there. As you can see, I did a piece here, and then from there back, I split it at this divot, crease, bead, whatever you want to call it, indention right here. That worked out all right. Leaving this brace in place that was already here, that adds rigidity to the inner fender, has made getting the top edge weld for this piece challenging. Some of it I'm gonna have to clean up and do from the back side, but it is all lined up. The top's in, the bottom's in. The joint between the two pieces is in. This piece is good. It wraps the corner back here at the back. Not bad. I just got to go through and finish welding it and then do some basic cleanup on the spot welds so that they can be halfway decent and shoot some sort of rust preventative paint on it, I guess. Probably, maybe, we'll see. And then the real question is, does this piece still fit? And well, I did already check it a couple of times along the way, fitting it up as I got these fitted to make sure they were in the right place. And basically, other than needing a little bit of tweaking, which is no different than before, it'll go back in right where it was. That all lines up. It's lining up on the actual inner wheelhouse, outer inner wheel well lip. Anyway, it's pretty close. There's a weld right here I gotta clean up, and then this has gotta be, you look at this one, the lip here is almost a 90-degree transition between the vertical leg and the horizontal leg. This one's not quite bent that far, so I'm gonna come back with the hammer and dolly and knock it up a little by little to get this gap tightened up the rest of the way. But it's in the right neighborhood. That panel's gonna work out, and our first part of this patch job is gonna be done-ish. Back here is just a total disaster. I had to cut a little bit more of it off to be able to scab this piece in. Whatever, not like it matters. It's a disaster back there. But that is going to be it for right this second, because hey, look, got metal wire.
Yeah, you have
Squirrel.
one spoke. Yeah,
Oh,
out of
there's
your
another
pocket.
one out of my pocket.
Yep.
Wire, wheel, wires. Squirrel. That's going to be it for right this second, because dinner is here. I'm going to go eat some pizza and then
Warm up a little bit.
yeah, warm my tushy up that's been on the cold concrete. And then I might come back out here and see about finishing up the welds on these so that we can tack this panel in place and make sure that all fits. But happy-go-lucky, more sheet metal work. Overall, I think I am getting better at it. The fit up on these is way better than the fit up I did on that damn floor pan.
Oh yeah.
In that car.
You're getting better.
That was a mess. Anyway, dinner time. So it's the next day. Went in for dinner and promptly ate myself right into a food coma and decided I wasn't coming back out to the shop to freeze anymore. Are you wiping your boogers?
Yeah, it happens when you get sick. You still work. Yay.
You better not be getting sick. You best keep that away from me. Oh, no. Ew. Anyway, we've already been at it for a little bit. Paige has been over here doing her thing. And
I found something.
you found something.
So, I mean, y'all know when you get into an older car, you can find good, you can find bad, you know, just kind of depends. Well, I was scuffing this down, you know, getting it ready and stuff. All of a sudden, I get down here. There's something hanging out. There's something hanging out. And Cole said, I'm not allowed to touch it until I'm on camera. So, oh, well, I mean, that's not it, but. Well, where did it go? Where did it go?
There's a lot of junk falling out of the door.
The car ate it. What? Oh, oh, oh. Oh, no. Okay, this is ridiculous. 1 second.
Keep digging.
I am. Ah! Oh! Well. We found some treasure.
Is that a key for this car? See if it fits the ignition. Did we find a car key?
It is. This is the key to the car?
We found the keys. We found the power stick.
The door.
Okay.
Got a new tool.
I think that one might be a little froze up.
But yeah,
That's ridiculous. We
nice find.
found the keys to the car in the bottom of the door.
Well, I mean, we have keys to the car.
Yeah, but we found a key for the car.
But we found a key to the car that turns the ignition. Yes.
Wait, did you go to the lock position or did you just go the other way?
I went the other way.
No, see if it goes to the
Oh.
lock position. The other way doesn't need a key.
Oh, hang on. Yeah, it goes to the lock.
Then that's the correct key for this car. It might work in the glove box too.
That's all the way over there. And there's too much stuff in the way right now.
Fun.
Fun.
All right,
Wonder
here.
what else is in here.
Are you gonna dig some more?
Yeah. You can do whatever you want.
Well, I was gonna. Oh,
Hey, this
did you
is
clean all
this
the
is,
junk out of the other door?
I plead the fifth. You know what? You know what I'm doing right now? You know what I'm doing? Just like you did? I'm getting rid of weight. I'm getting rid of weight. All this weight that's in here, I'm getting rid of.
You're making a
I'm
mess.
pretty sure that is... No, I did not do this because I didn't find anything that made me question.
Yeah, you should probably do that on the other door too.
Yeah.
And get all the dirt out of it.
I painted that door too. Whoopsies.
All right, let's take another look over, another gander over here. So, what I've been busy doing is I went through and I finished welded this whole piece and this whole piece, which was kind of fun because this one I had to do some from the backside. Kind of an awkward position, but we made it work. I started
And
to...
you added a noodle to your...
Oh, yeah. So I don't know exactly.
Not trying to take you off topic.
It's okay. It's okay. This is important. So I'm running 023 wire on the welder, which is really thin, flimsy stuff, and I'm having occasional issues with it not wanting to feed the wire, like it's slipping or binding up or something. And it seems to happen more frequently if the cable is just draping down. So what I did is I added a strain relief, essentially, so that the whip wouldn't hang right off the end. And it seems to be helping with the wire feeding better. I don't know, maybe it's my imagination. Whatever the case, it seems to be working for now, so we're gonna assume that this is part of the fix. Anyway, I thought about cleaning this weld up, but then it dawned on me that that would just be a huge waste of time because this weld will never be seen. It won't exist. The only time you'll ever be able to even know that it's there is if you stick your head up inside the fender and look back at the inner wheelhouse, and then you'll see the weld pox on that side, which I'm also not gonna clean up because who's sticking their head in the wheel well and looking at the back side of that, right?
You.
No, not even me. I'm not even gonna be putting my head in there to look at that. So I'm not gonna clean that up. I did clean up right here where the seam was, because that's where that panel's going to meet, and right here where I spliced it, because that's going to be resting against this panel as well. Otherwise, that's all going to stay just like that. And if I was a better person and we were building a better restoration, this would be the point where you would also do preventative coatings to prevent future rust. But it's too cold for paint, and it won't cure or dry worth a crap. And I don't want to wait for the shop to heat up enough, because that could be weeks. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it just like this, and eventually it's gonna rust out again. And hopefully by then I'm better at doing this, and we'll do a more proper repair job at that point, maybe sometime in the future, 5 years, 10 years, whatever. But we're not gonna worry about it. So now this piece is, we're at this point, I've been thinking about how and when I want to address doing this rear section to include the trunk drop. And I think the best way to go about this is to finish this panel out, because we know that when we cut it in, that this panel sets the wheel arch right back where it was, because we basically used the original wheel arch to cut in the new one. And then once that's all locked in, I can use this body line right here to help line up the lower panel. And the trunk drop is probably going to wait until after the lower panel is in, hopefully, and then I'll figure out the trunk drop, because we might have to modify it a little bit depending on what we do with this rear fender.
What did you just do?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. I don't know what I'm going to do about this rear corner yet. Probably make some homemade pieces that kind of reshape this a little bit. It ends up under the bumper, so I'm not too worried about what it looks like, as long as it's closed off enough to finish off the corner. I did a little looking online, and it doesn't look like you can get just that rear section. The only way to do it is to get a full skin. And obviously, as you're aware, we're not doing a full skin, so make that up when we get there. Which is what also might mean that the trunk drop has to be modified to properly connect up with whatever we do there. That's a video for a different day. I guess at this point, I need to get this guy kind of clamped into place and start giving it the electric glue gun to make it stay. There are going to be a few spots where I think I might have to work with the new edge right here to get this edge and this edge to make together properly, so that we can do all the spot welds. Which, by the way, if you're going to do something like this, quarter panel, whether you're doing a full skin or doing a wheel arch replacement, drill your spot weld holes before you put this on there. Your life would be so much easier. But I guess I need to get back to work, and you need to get back to work. So, catch up with you guys later.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath. My past is filled with things I won't forget. I use them all to push me to my best. So treat the worst of times just like a test. If only I could go back in time, I'd tell myself that everything will end up alright. Just push yourself, test yourself, figure out what you like, and find your limits, don't be rigid, always work towards a prime. Surround yourself with open minds, people can change your life. A few friends with intent can help you feel alive. Find a passion, take some action, and with a little time, just be patient, make a statement, try to enjoy your life. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless. They don't wanna see me care. Anytime I make some progress, I can see that they compare. I think everyone's against me, maybe something in the air. Am I paranoid? I swear a void is forming and they're scared. I walk a straight path, not many can say that. I like to play fast, cross me and there's payback. You better pray that I don't see your face at any place that I go. I know you hate that. I've been doing fine, I'm not wasting any more time. I live for the fight and the climb, and I think that the pain that's deep inside is what defines. So I won't give up, I'm gonna make it to the top. I don't care what's in my way, I swear I'm never gonna stop. I could fall flat on my face and I swear I will get back up. Cause I don't deserve a thing and the road ahead is tough. They'll try to kick you while you're down. They wanna rise up while you drown. They wanna fill your head with doubt. They're silently scared that you'll figure it out. I'll make it look like I'm losing, won't bother hiding my bruises. And when they finally think you're wounded, then it's your chance to be ruthless.
Well, what do you think?
It looks really good. You did good for it being your first time doing it.
We got rid of the nasty rusty one.
And all the nasty rusty one on the driver's side is gone.
Yep. So the quarter panel patch was in, and you know, I don't think I butchered it. I think it came out okay-ish. Now keep in mind, before I show this to you, that one, the welds haven't been ground down smooth for doing the body work
Yeah,
yet.
it's not done.
And two, the replacement panel, the body line shape in that panel is not exactly perfect. Shocker, that's the case with all aftermarket replacement patch panels for everything these days. None of them are actually the right shape. They're just close. So close-ish.
Close-ish?
Close, whatever.
Close-ish?
I wanted to say close-ish, but that's
Close-ish?
not what came out. I
Close-ish.
don't know. Anyway, check it out. There it is. So I seamed it just above the rocker. I left a little bit of the original steel above the rocker because I didn't want to put a weld on this line right here. I wanted to keep that line for just because there's supposed to be a line there, part of the body. So I seamed it here, and once that's cleaned up, that shouldn't be noticeable. This is the part where I had to fight with it. You can probably at a glance in the camera here, let me turn this light on, maybe it'll help. Not really. This right here is got a much tighter bend on this lower body line than the replacement panel. It's a much softer bend. Getting those to match up was a bit challenging. I think I did it right. I really wanted to hammer and dolly and reshape this in place, but there's no way I could get to the back side of it to actually do that. So I just kind of settled with screwing with it, and I think it's going to work out all right. The rest of this all came out pretty good. As far as I can tell, I didn't put any waves into the quarter. My cut line's not exactly perfectly straight, but that's okay. But the quarter panel itself is still all nice and straight, and it's not doesn't have any oil canning or anything like that going on, which means I didn't overheat it and warp it. There is still movement back here. Well, the reasons why are obvious, but I think, turn that light back off. All right. I think it came out all right. And I got a better warm and fuzzy on how to be more efficient at doing it on the other side, but it's going to be basically the exact same process. The other side is rotten in all the same ways. This side was actually much worse than I thought it was. It just wasn't showing on the outside as bad. But that rear quarter, that'll probably be the next thing to address on this side, is figuring out that lower section back there where it's really bad. I don't know what that's gonna be. I don't know what it'll be. It'll be something.
Okay.
And then, the door, you're pretty close to putting some primer on that, right?
Filler and then primer, but I need your help because this door handle didn't want to come off like the other door handle.
Okay, so we gotta screw around with the door handle and pull
Other
that off.
than that, yeah, it's ready to be filled and primed on the inside.
So before we do any more on the outside,
Oh, I'm gonna do the inside first before that because
okay, so but before we do the outside, because
And
we'll have
we
to
want
do the
to.
outside, yeah, we need to do, since you don't wanna put trim
this
back
is
on
just
it.
tape, guys. This is just tape. There's holes there.
She doesn't wanna she doesn't wanna run trim on it, and also the new fenders that we got for the car.
Their holes are filled.
The holes for trim were already filled on there. We're going bare bones stripper model with it, no trim whatsoever. So I'm gonna go through and weld fill all those holes. We're not gonna do an epoxy fill or anything. I'm gonna weld them up. I did one of them right here just to see how much of a pain it was gonna be. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain, but it's probably gonna be more of a pain just getting them flushed back out because they're right along the body line right here. So doing the final smoothing, it'll be typical stuff. You'll have to come back, skim coat it with filler, and then block it back out so that it's all consistent and even. But we got a lot of that's gonna have to happen for these panels and all kinds of other stuff. So it'll be what it'll be. At the end of the day, that sort of stuff really doesn't stop us from going anywhere. Fenders falling apart on the track though, rust falling out of the car.
Resistance.
Well, and she's worried about drag,
Yeah.
as in wind drag, not drag racing. Wind drag when she's drag racing.
Yeah.
But no, the goal here though, primarily before the car leaves the shop again, is to get the back end taken care of and get the trunk floor complete so that it's a usable space
Yes.
for throwing stuff in the back of the trunk if
Gotcha.
we need or want to.
Not just falling through.
Yeah, we don't want stuff just falling to the floor underneath, which right now that's what anything you would put back there would do. It would just fall out the bottom. But I think that's gonna do it. I'm pretty happy with that. I'm actually really happy with that. I think it came out really
I think you
freaking
did a really
good.
good job for it being your first time doing that.
Yeah, she keeps ending up out of the frame because I'm not paying attention and she doesn't want to move away from the heater.
I am not moving away from the heat.
But I'm not disappointed. And you know, especially when you stand back and look at it, hell, I'll leave the weld right there on it. Looks fine to me. Just leave it welded, just like that. Don't even paint it.
You know that won't happen. It's
What?
gonna get painted. You know it's not gonna happen. It's gonna get painted and we're gonna do it the right way for rattle can.
Yeah. The right way for a rattle can, that's right.
Not a show car quality. Right way for rattle can,
The
yeah.
right way for rattle can. That's gonna be the new theme. You need to get a sticker made. Maybe even put it on a shirt. The right way for rattle can. That would be a good shirt.
Okay.
Maybe we'll have to have a shirt made.
Somebody will take it out there.
Who cares? I'm not making a shirt for other people. I'd be making a shirt for me. That would be a great shop shirt. The right way for rattle can. Anyway, we'll see you guys on the next one.